Going down to Mr. Grace to have myself a time.
Angry comments everywhere, humble folks with concentrations.
Going down to Mr. Grace to leave my woes behind.
Ghosts and cryptids everywhere, even some that is crazy.
Going down to Mr. Grace to see if I can unwind. Come on down to Mr. Grace and meet some friends of mine. Hey guys, Dan for World of Mr. Grey, Dandalf the Grey. I haven't really started this again because I was making the comments video for the last 8 to 10 minutes and then the recording failed. It's not what it is at all. I'm not angry, I'm just disappointed at my fucking computer. So this is a kind of video I'd like to make now and again where I go through the comments, good or bad. I go from the top to the bottom and we'll see what we can see. I try to answer them as best that I can in the most educated way possible. Which we'll get to at some point, no doubt, because I did see it the other day. But anyway, so, again. From Coffee Drinker 6, I can't even remember the answer I gave in the first place, so I'm going to try my best. Good evening, Mr. Grey. I've been watching you for years, and I really appreciate your insight into the top 5 channels. I remember that. The recent decline in content, TikTok is making top 5 channels almost impossible to watch. Nuke's top 5 used to be top tier, but after watching his latest video, I am lost for words. I'd appreciate your breakdown and analysis. I haven't seen the Nuke's top clip you're alluding to yet. I'll have a look in a different video, or possibly Bingo Bollocks every Wednesday, 6 PM, which could change at some point soon. But yeah, I totally agree. There is a decline, and I think it's down to... a lot of it is down to they've been going a long time. The top 5 channels I'm talking about now, they've been going for longer. My channel, I've been going for a while. This is how far I've come. I'm still bald. I still got bushy eyebrows. But yeah, I totally agree. And I do think, obviously they have to generate all these clips, paranormal clips to show to the audience. And I think viewership-wise, I think they still do really bloody well. So I think monetarily, I think they still do okay for themselves. I don't think they line up in the job center just yet. But as for the clips themselves, I can totally see what people say when they say there's a decline in top 5. Because years ago, like 5 or 6 years ago, when I used to watch some top 5 paranormal channels, not religiously, but just to like fill an odd 10 minutes I had here or there waiting for something else or waiting for food to cook or something. I'd watch a top 5 paranormal channel and they were genuinely, some of them, they were genuinely creepy, scary, at the bollocks, obviously, but they had some creativity to them and some of them had very good storytelling, visual storytelling, not, like I went to this door and it opened and then it closed. That kind of thing. But they had some cool setting up, foreshadowing and stuff like that. It was really good. But over the years, the channels now, they've all shown the same old clips 100 times over on their channels. They'll just word a video differently a couple of months later. I see that often on top 5 channels. And, there's about 20 odd top 5 channels out there. Paranormal channels I'm talking about. So there is going to be a decline in content, unfortunately, because they have to put it out for the audience, but at the same time, they're looking everywhere. They're looking on Reddit, Ghost, they're looking on TikTok. TikTok, I think, is one of the biggest reasons for the decline in creativity. On anything. I am not a fan of TikTok. I'm not going to show the board. Well, I am showing the board, but I'm not going to go over it again. It's the most scientific board I've ever created. It took me 6 months of mathematical equations to create that board, but I am not a fan of TikTok at all for many reasons, not just the paranormal stuff, but I do think TikTok is one of the biggest reasons for a decline in people's education. I do believe this. I'm sounding like a bloody old politician or some shit now. I do believe it's a reason for a decline in a lot of stuff. People's attention spans, educational, critical thinking. TikTok is to blame, I believe. I know you got Reels and stuff now, but TikTok started that shit. You had Vine years ago, that was different. They were genuinely creative. Again, wasn't that much of a fan, but they were at least creative. You can go, I'm not on TikTok, but I could go on TikTok right now. I could show the first 5 videos I come across with either the most ridiculous information out there, which saying, you should do this. This is a life hack. This is how you do this exercise. Take this amount of steroids to become natural bodybuilder. That kind of stuff. That's TikTok. Right? And that's not even the paranormal stuff. You go on the TikTok when it comes to paranormal stuff, they'll do something which 1,000 other channels on TikTok have done because they know it gets the trend in views. You can go on TikTok, and probably if you know what you're doing and you list things in a certain way, title things in a certain way, you could get like 1 million followers in about 6 months on TikTok if you know what you're doing. It doesn't necessarily turn into a monetary value on TikTok because they don't pay that much, but if you can get a lot of viewers, and is it likes on TikTok? I don't know. But no, I blame TikTok for a lot of shit going on in the world right now, to be honest with you. You look at YouTube Shorts. I'm going on a bloody rant now. I didn't do this in the first 10 minutes. I lost the recording of. I was given a different explanation. But you go on YouTube Shorts now, and I know people personally who like stay up till 1 or 2 a.m. who got work the next day, and they're like, oh yeah, I was up till 2 a.m. just scrolling through 10-second clips of bollocks, which 9 times out of 10 the information is completely incorrect and made up of AI generated scripts. Don't get me started. The first go of this question was way different. I can't even remember. I appreciate the comment. Coffee. That took a turn. That was not my original explanation to you, a comment, coffee drinker, but I appreciate it. From Alan Bluebox. He commented on a video from a long time ago when I obviously talked about 30 East Drive. Wonder if 30 East Drive is rigged. I see people picking up high EMF. If it was, would this explain it? EMF, the electromagnetic field, is all around us. It's all around us, always has been, always will be. Until the sun explodes. Then it'll go away probably. But yeah, EMF is all around us, and obviously for years and years we've been able to detect it using devices from big machines to handheld now. And that is generally what that technology does. But when it comes to, like, say, 30 East Drive or haunted houses, like 30 East Drive, I've been there. I'm pretty sure it has an internet router, because I know people live stream from there time to time. So I think it does in one of the rooms. Now, I know for a fact if you put an EMF detector within 8 to 10 feet of a router, it goes mental. It goes mad. It goes off constantly. The thing people forget about EMF, not only is it around you at all times, it fluctuates throughout the day, depending on weather, situation, electronic devices in the surrounding area, stuff bouncing off the ionosphere. That's EMF. It fluctuates throughout the day. So you're going to find high EMF, low EMF in certain areas at certain times. When it comes to 30 East Drive, as far as rigging, probably not, but I would not put it past that house. I think that house is shifty as fuck. I know people go there. Well, in fact, I don't know why people go there, to be honest with you. But because it costs quite a bit of money to go there. The producer of the film When the Lights Came Out, or Went Out, sorry, he bought the house, years ago, I think, to promote his film. Now he owns that house. Makes a lot of money. That house is booked up pretty much every single day throughout the year, and it costs a good few £100 per night. So it's a good old money maker, that house. And I'm not just saying that house. That's most haunted houses. That's most haunted houses around the world. They charge a lot of money. They get paranormal investigators there to pick up, and they pick up high EMF or whatever, and they go, yeah, it's definitely haunted. You should come here. And then the owners of that house are like, yeah, you should come here. Definitely haunted. It's a good gig. It's a brilliant gig. If I had the money, I wouldn't buy one. But as far as rigging, probably not. But I wouldn't put it past them. That's all I can say. The Cryptid Sleep says, yes sir, Master Chief. I need a weapon. That's my best Welsh version of the Master Chief I could do. Unfortunately. I love that. I love that entire universe. Anyway, David Jackson says, and they commented on the XLS SLS Kinect camera I made years ago, which still gets comments every single bloody day telling me how wrong I am, or I think it's this and that, or lawless. That video I made almost 4 years ago now, I still get comments on it daily. Even though I go into detail, I'm not going to go into it again because I've gone over a detailed explanation of the Kinect SLS so many times. So David Jackson says, if it's a pattern on the wall, nothing would show up because, like you just said, it only picks up things in 3D depth. Right, I think he means depth. Yes, sort of. But with the XLS more so really is they use time of flight where they bounce light towards whatever it's looking at, and then the light comes back, and the time it takes to come back to the sensor, that's how it forms a 3D environment. But it will absolutely pick patterns up on the wallpaper. Like this wallpaper here now, you can't see it there. It's got bumpy patterns in it. You can't bloody see it because of my camera. But trust me, it's got bumpy patterns in it. And I actually own an XLS Connect, which wouldn't work on my old computer. But I'm going to have to set that up and do some experiments just to show them what the hell I'm talking about. But I appreciate the comment, David Jackson. I've gone over that so many times. And I'm going to go with you, David Jackson. It's a legit question to ask. But I've explained this a lot. The XLS is a very flawed technology. It's brilliant for playing games with tigers and leopards. What was that game? I can't remember what it's called. It's a very flawed device. And it gives out a lot of false positives, which 90% of the time on YouTube I see paranormal investigators using it. It's either false positives or it's someone deliberately overlaying themselves filmed at a different time to make out it's a ghost in the haunted house, and then you lie down and you go to sleep on the floor, but then you use that as a thumbnail, and it looks like in the thumbnail you've been pushed or thrown, but then when you watch it, you just lie down and sleep and went to sleep. That's not into, that's not towards anyone in particular. It absolutely is. But anyway, I appreciate the comments. From Taco Todd, I love tacos. They made on the video I made a couple of months ago about the Mars Square. I love that video. Why are you wearing a winter hat indoors? Now, that video was made a few months ago. You're in winter. I live in South Wales. It's 90% of the time throughout the year it's bloody freezing or wet or cold. I live in a cold house. Costs a lot to heat up this house. I have no hair on my head. I need a woolly hat sometimes. I'm just saying. Dark whimsical art. They commented on the demon, ghost and poltergeist. The paranormal is all for entertainment. Basically, that video there I did the other day where I spoke about Laney and Ben. Laney and Ben, right? For those who don't know, they used to do paranormal videos. They got debunked to hell and back by other channels, right? And they had a back and forth, with other debunkers, and they got a bit naughty. And then Ben, part of Laney and Ben, came out with a video saying, I'm sorry, I apologize, yes, it was all fake. And then he went on to make a news video, a news channel. And for a year, that's all he did was the news stuff, the paranormal news. But then the other day, before I get to the comment, I have to explain some context to this, right? The other day, he said, we're coming back with paranormal videos. And I thought, that's weird. That's weird. I find that weird. And I know people are like commenting, you definitely find it weird. I do find it weird. To come out and say, yes, we faked everything, but we're going to make paranormal videos again, but we're going to put disclaimers in the beginning of videos, in the description, and all that jazz. I don't know, it's weird, but anyway. It boggles the mind. But they say I would be more interested in them making the video than at the end show how they did it. That would be interesting. I do think that's what they're going to do. I think that's what they're going to do. I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere where he said, yeah, we're going to show how we made it. Now, my only thing I can think of, and I said this in the live stream yesterday before Harry Enfield took my stream down, is the only reason I can think. Maybe they genuinely want to do them for fun, and that's great, right? I wish them the best. But the cynical part of my brain, which covers around, that much area of my brain, it's a possibility. I'm not saying this is the case. It's just my cynical brain thinking it, right? That's, yes, they're going to put disclaimers in the beginning of the video and in the description, and, whatever, they're going to show how they did it. A lot of people in the comments won't see those disclaimers no matter where you put them. It's a fact. I've proved this many times. And two, even if you put disclaimers, this is not real paranormal, in the description and at the beginning of the video, the title will still say, what was it, ghost named Chaz and Dave? I can't remember. Chaz and Dave, the poltergeists are back. That's a title. That is a title which people will click on. So that's the only reason, and that's not the only reason, but that's, like I said, in my head. That's the only reason which makes sense to me why you would come back to paranormal videos when you once said, no, it was all fake. That's the only reason I can think in my head why they've gone back to it, because it's going to get the clicks, 100%. And like I said, I wish them the best. This is from Guyver Black, and again, they commented on a different 30 East Drive video I made a good few years ago. Basically, in that video, I showed where the next door neighbor of 30s Drive, who is also the caretaker of the house. I'm very aware of my hands now, like that bloody Bigfoot guy all of a sudden. I haven't gone to YouTube school, I assure you. In that video, I pointed out where the woman was, the caretaker, was going around the house saying, pretending, oh my god, I hear things, I hear whispers. And in parts of the video, you can see her mates in the background in one of the bedrooms holding a mobile phone, who tries to get out of the way really fast. You can see her flicking coins down the stairs and saying, what was that? It is what it is. But, I grew up in the area from the age of 2. I'm now 43, now for a time frame. I lived in Cobbler's Estate. I love when places are called Cobblers. I lived in Cobbler's Estate in the house, and the house is in what we call Chequersfield, just up the road. The rumours my parents spoke about, but not much else. It's just a normal council house in a still working class estate. It doesn't back onto an ancient site or site that had monks. It's on a roundabout, bang in the middle of the estate, nothing creepy about it. Seen ghost hunters outside saying it was horrible, videos and bad energy. No, it doesn't. Wish I'd had bought it, though, so I could rip peeps off for hundreds of nights. I have seen people say this, that they grew up in that area, and that house is pretty much one of the jokes of the estate, basically, because they see people paying to go there every night. And look, if you think it's haunted, that's great. Great. And you want to do it, and you got the money to do it, fine. But every comment I've seen of people growing up there, they know how much of a joke that house is. I'm just saying. Well, I appreciate the comment, Guyver Black. I love that name. From Sheeta Pens, and they commented on the Can I Believe in Ghosts Now video I made the other day. Yeah, 30s Drive's on the cards at the moment, let's be honest. But the Ouija Brothers Pram incident, don't mention it! They say the best thing that can ever happen in the paranormal community is going to be literally no one can explain why this happened. Possible. There is that possibility. But, and this is the problem, with YouTube at least, with video online, this is the problem, right? If someone goes to a haunted house, this is where I learned it. If someone goes to a haunted house on their own, and, maybe there's one of them, two of them, three of them, whatever, and they're all there doing a paranormal investigation, they do seances, they do rituals if they want to go down that road, and then something happens, like something flies across the room right in front of them. They're not filming it, and they literally can't explain how that happened. Now, that is an event to them. That is a personal experience to them, which they can't explain how that happened. I'm not there. I don't know. But when it comes to videos, and this is what I say all the time, right? When it comes to YouTube videos. Yes, you have people documenting paranormal investigations with video cameras, EMF detectors. Forget about the apps and stuff, whatever. I'm just talking about the genuine technology, cameras and detectors, right? And stuff happens, or they hear a bang or something. Now, bangs, you can explain them away with various rational explanations. If something flies across the room in a video, I'm looking for the edits. I'm looking for at the people who are claiming that's real. And I'm going to say, no, that's bollocks, right? But something literally no one can explain why this happened. I've yet to see that in a YouTube video, which isn't fake. I've seen it in fake videos 100 times over the years. But in the legit paranormal investigators, I don't think I've ever seen something to me where it says, I don't know how that's happened. I literally can't explain something. Now, I've definitely seen stuff on real paranormal investigators videos where I can't, how can I say it? I can't figure out how something has happened. And, you can't debunk it, basically. That's what I mean. Because people ask me this all the time. Is there anything out there you can't debunk? 100% yes. But I can give you an opinion what I think it is and what it possibly is, but that's not a debunk. That's just my opinion. And again, you're not there if something does happen. You're not there in the video, in the place, where you can 100% say that cup definitely flew across the room. So when you say literally no one can explain why this happened, if you're in person, if you were there in person, or someone, whatever, a group of people are in there in person, and they see something fly across the room, like I said, bangs, whatever, it is what it is. But if you see something fly across the room in front of your eyes, that to me would be something I literally could not explain. Now, if there was some guy Dave to the right of me giggling and, he just threw something, I could probably explain that. But there's no one there, and I can see there's no one there, but something's just thrown from that corner across past my eyes. That to me would be literally something I couldn't explain, and maybe change my perspective of the world. I don't know. But when it comes to YouTube videos, that's different. You can always have a rational explanation for something. It's not a debunking something, but you can give an opinion and you can have an educated guess of what's going on in the YouTube videos. And it always goes down to whether you trust those people, you know, in the video I'm talking about. Because like I said, I've seen a lot of paranormal videos where something's thrown across the room and you're like, nah, that's bullshit. And then you look deeper into the channel and like, this happens every single bloody video. Or they scream and shout, oh my god, skinwalkers. You know? There's that. What's the question again? I forgot. From Boom Shanker, again, commenting on the old for entertainment video. They say generations have been raised on the internet. They will believe anything with a cool thumbnail and a load of likes. That is 100% true. I have seen this in real time of people believing a channel or a video because it has 1 million views or 1,000 likes or 100 million bloody subs. I have seen this happen in real time. Where no matter how stupid or fake or ridiculous something is, people are like, oh my god, I hope you're okay. Your family must be going through hell with this evil poltergeist writing binary and contacting aliens. I'm not saying they have 100 million, but I'm just saying. And that is true. And I see this gets thrown around as well by other channels. It's like, I have more subs than you. Oh, well, the channels don't say it, but the viewers sometimes say they have more subs than you. They know what they're talking about. Sub count doesn't mean shit. It doesn't. All sub count means is you get more views and more money. That's all sub count means. It's the subs that matters. I've said that all the time. But I've seen that thrown around so many times. You know, he doesn't get as much views as this other video, so that must mean he's real or whatever. This bullshit. And yeah, the generation. I'm sounding like an old guy again. I'm not that old, even though I feel it sometimes. But yes, there is a generation of people out there who are being raised on the internet. The internet is really cool. I like the internet. But it's also really problematic for a lot of people who believe face value what they see online. They'll read a tweet from someone, they'll watch a video, they'll watch a short video, they'll watch a TikTok and think, oh, that's real, I'll eat a Tide Pod. I'm going to try and drill my teeth with the corn and the cob. Because I saw it on TikTok. There's a lot of dumb people out there who believe face value everything they see on the internet, and you shouldn't. I mean, thankfully, not everyone is like that on the internet. There's a lot of good people on the internet. I'm proper sounding like an old person now, and I complaining. The good old days. I wish I could go back to the good old days. What was your comment again? From Silk X666. So many people should say that their content is for entertainment purposes only. Flat earth nutters, fake paranormal, politicians, people who have no idea what they're talking about but tell you about a life hack. That's my favorite. And there's also a lot of adverts on YouTube that should have it. This comment is for entertainment purposes only. I mean, like I think we sort of briefly went over this in the live stream yesterday, but yeah, there's no laws on YouTube, unfortunately. There's laws against, obviously, racism, homophobic shit, and that's great. We need those laws. When it comes to lying, there's no laws against lying on YouTube, which blows my mind. Even though if you look at the YouTube community guidelines, there is actually, I think, there's like one of the rules is you can't falsely advertise or something along those lines. I can't remember now. It's been a while since I looked. But they don't enforce those rules. Clearly they do not enforce those rules. YouTube doesn't give a shit. That's all YouTube cares about, is how many views get generated. But yeah, as far as putting entertainment purposes on it, I mean, if you're going to make fake stuff, you probably should, but they don't have to. That's the problem. They don't have to. The only people keeping people making fake stuff like that in check, commentary channels, debunking channels, critique channels, reaction channels. That's the only people keeping those people in check, and people in the comments, obviously. But no, there is no rules. They don't have to put out entertainment purposes. They don't have to do it. I think they do it out of pressure, or some of them, they generally say, yeah, we're just making funny videos, and that's great. But you don't have to do it, which is insane. But I appreciate the comments. And for my final comment, Bama Guy 5000, and they commented on a video again I made a long time ago now about Franco TV. First of all, you get a heart. And they say, Omar is nothing but bullshit. Fake, maybe. Franco Franco too, but these days are making entertaining videos for his fans. All ghost shows on TV are all fake. Yet again, people love it and it's entertainment, and that's what it's all about in the end. Do you know what? The older I get, I agree. If it's entertaining to you, why not? I mean, if they're saying, yes, I'm being haunted, please send me money so I can move out of this haunted house, that's scamming. And, if you set up a business, you're having people to come into your haunted show, but then you don't take them out in that business, that's scamming. That's taking the money. If you like it, you like it. If it's not harming anyone, I suppose, yeah. I don't know. It's a weird situation, like I said, with the for entertainment purposes. I can't believe this video is pretty much entertainment purposes stuff. It's a weird situation. Some channels out there with the if they're making entertaining, funny videos, I'm all for it. There's other channels out there who are blatantly lying to their viewers and taking all the donations and everything they can on live streams. But they clearly up their own arse and utter bollocks. I don't agree with that one bit. But yeah, at the end of the day, if you're entertained by it, it's up to you. Yeah. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. That was, I don't know, I can't even remember half the stuff I said. Like I said, I first started recording this, and then 10 minutes in, my recording failed. So I had to go back. I couldn't remember what the answers I gave, so I just gave new answers. The first answers in the first 10 minutes of the failed recording were probably the best answers I'd ever given in my life. You'll never know now. Yeah. But I hope you enjoyed. Leave a like if you like this video. Leave something to my channel. I do this quite often. I don't know what I said, and I mumbled like hell. I'll be back again soon. Don't know when, don't know how. Anyway, thanks for watching, and bye for now.